Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. I want to talk about the Are We a Fit page. This is a page that I don't see on a lot of websites, but it could be. A lot of websites have the homepage, the About Me page, your bio. It has a contact page, products and services page. But one of the pages I don't see almost ever is a page that just, hey, are we a fit? It's kind of, you could also call it an About Them page, or About Me and About You. So you can have an About You page that speaks about your clients, but basically a page that helps your potential clients figure out, are we a fit or not? So you can see this on my website. I've got an Are We a Fit page. There's probably a lot of ways to do this. The way I decided to do it is just to say, hey, if we're kindred spirits, then we probably share views on certain things, and here's some views that we probably share. Here's some things that I'm into that you're probably into, and almost none of it has to do with marketing, but it's more the psychographics, the kind of person that I'm trying to reach. So I really urge you to do this. Now I have a workshop I do 4 times a year. It's only for 10 people each time. It's not one of my cheaper ones, but it's called the Ideal Client, Identifying Your Ideal Client Lab, online lab, where we get together for 3 hours and hammer out your point of view. But if you go to marketingforhippies.com/steps and look at step 2, it's the niching category, the step of that, and there's some pieces on Ideal Client, or Big Circle I call it, and you can check out resources there for that. One day I'm going to write an ebook about this. And certainly there'd be a lot of examples of this kind of an Are We a Fit page. But this is the type of thing where you can say, look, if you struggle with this problem that I help people with, or you're interested in the kind of products I sell, that's like the first level of fit being established. But the truth is, lots of people sell those products. Lots of people solve those problems. There's lots of options they have of where they could go. So the next level of fit is where you start to establish, hey, are we similar kind of people? Do we share views? Do we share values? Are we a part of the same scenes? Because all things being equal, let's say you're deep into Burning Man, you go over a year, and you find 10 people who do pottery, and one of them is a hardcore burner, goes to Burning Man every year. You'll probably do that. We all know very clearly, if you had to get your birthday cake done, or a wedding cake or something, and you were not a fan of Donald Trump, and you go to, there's 2 bakeries in town, and one of them supported Bernie Sanders and one of them supported Trump, we know where you would go. So you see what I'm saying? It's not just the fit in terms of you help with the problem or you offer the right product. In fact, sometimes, if you really hated a certain politician, you might get a cake that is not quite as good, but I can't give my money to those people and the causes they support. I'd rather give my money to these people, even though the cakes are better in the other place. That can happen sometimes. So it's actually a bigger factor than most people think. And I'll give you the sort of Coles notes of what you can put on a page like this. And there's a video I have called The 4 Levels of Your Ideal Client that goes into this more. First thing is you got to establish the relevance. Level 1 is, are you struggling with this problem? Do you want this result? Are you looking for these products? Great. Level 2 is the things that must be there for an ideal client. Now, there aren't always musts, but sometimes there are. Let's say you teach rock climbing, but you don't provide the gear. Well, then a must is you must have your own gear for the rock climbing. You teach drumming workshops, but you don't provide people drums. Well, they have to have a drum. Simple. Yeah, that's the must. So the musts are often logistical things. They are material things to do with time. Let's say you have a group coaching program and you expect people to spend 10 hours a week. Well, that's a filter right there. But if it's a must, it's like, yeah, I know it's a lot of time, but that's what's required for this. That could be one of the musts, and it could be money. It just costs this much. So that's the level 2, or the musts. Level 3 are the kind of shoulds and coulds. The wouldn't it be nice if, and I really got a soft spot for people who, and if you're this kind of person, we'd probably love each other a lot. And those could be, things like you love the opera too, or you support local independent restaurants whenever you can. Maybe things have nothing to do with the business, more the psychographics, more the values and the worldview and the scenes that you're a part of. interests, things you're both into. And then the fourth level are the deal breakers. So these are the things, and again, these aren't always there for every business, but sometimes there are some things where it's like, hey, if these things are true for you, no bueno. Stop. Do not pass go. Yeah. Do not collect $100. This is just, it's over. And so, for certain therapists, it might be if you're experiencing suicidal ideation, that's more than I can work with. Or maybe a coach, for example, who works with depression. Or maybe it's a health coach, and it's like, if you're on meds, I can't help because the work I do could complicate that. There may be certain reasons you can't do certain things. A deal breaker for me is like, you don't even have a business. I'll send you to Alex Baisley, bigdreamprogram.com. He'll help you figure out something to do. But it's my work is not going to be that useful. Now, deal breaker doesn't mean they can't come. It just means you're telling them, I can't help you. This is not the best option for you. They may still decide to spend their money. They're an adult. They can do that. But it's not our job to control them, but it is our job to tell them what's a fit and what isn't. So that's the purpose of this page, that by the end of reading it, they would have a really clear sense if this is a fit or not. That doesn't mean they'll buy. There's other considerations. There's relevance, credibility, and value. And this Are We a Fit page is a bit of the relevance and credibility, but mostly the relevance. Mostly it's just, is it a fit? And then there's still the value conversation to have of the price, the return on investment. Is it a good deal? You might love somebody, but the value is just not there. Sometimes you're really aligned on values, but there's no value, which is a sad case, because you want to, it's like that local restaurant, you want to support them. You love the people. You love their ethic, and the food is terrible and the service is terrible. Great values, terrible values. So it's not the only thing. There's still, creating a good offer. There's still, how do you present it in a good way? There's how do you reach people? There's how to talk to people about it one-on-one if that's required. So not the only thing, but this is a huge piece, and I see it on so few websites. So consider putting on yours. If you have one, please put a link to it below. I'd love to see it. And if you create one, I'd love to see it too. I'll be working on a book on this probably this year about filtering and seeing how do you establish if you're a fit. So that's it. Lots of free stuff on my website, marketingforhippies.com. I've got a pretty great newsletter, I think. You can always subscribe here. Thanks to everyone who has. And if you like this video, please share it. If you're in a Facebook group with other entrepreneurs, I'd be real grateful. Thanks, everyone.